Hey, what's up, fam? Thank y'all for tuning in once again. As always, be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And when you do subscribe, hit the notification bell so every time I drop a video, you will be the first to know about it. So it looks like the mayor of the great city of Dallas, my hometown, brother, has decided to switch political parties, going from Democrats to Republicans, and boy, a lot of people upset. But then it begs to ask the question, if you're upset, what, and if you voted, why did you vote for this man? Did you vote for him because you agree with a lot of his political views on certain aspects, certain issues that were plaguing the city? Did you vote for him because he was a Democrat? Or did you vote for him because he was black? Now, this question can be asked to every voter, registered voter in this country, in every city, every town that goes to the ballot box and makes a choice. Because if you're not voting for what the person believes in the changes that he wants to make, regardless of what affiliation he's with, you have a problem. You can blame yourself for the problems, for playing a part in the problems that are plaguing your city. If your city has busloads of illegal migrants being unloaded on a daily basis, and the federal government is pretty much demanding that you figure out a way to house, to employ, to educate, to medically take care of these people, when you have hundreds and thousands of people that are homeless or that are below the poverty line, and you're trying to figure out a way to help your citizens, but the federal government is telling you better do this or we're going to cut funding. Or if you want more funding, you better take care of these people. You can help blame yourself for that. If you wanted an anti-black hate crime bill, been hollering for it, and all of a sudden they create this Asian anti-hate crime bill, and you are one of the people who will sit here and say, it's not an Asian hate crime bill, this is a hate crime bill, it's for like civil rights for everybody. If you're dumb enough to believe that, if you actually look up the passage of this bill and the days it was passed and all the articles and everything that was written, videos that was created, showing you when it was passed, and you see that Biden is there. You see that the first woman in Asian descendant vice president is there, because that's what the articles say of Kamala Harris. You see what Kamala Harris talk about our community, talking about the Asian community. You see where Biden in his speech talks about nothing but all the hate crimes that are being committed against Asians and Asian Americans. And you still want to sit there and try to say it's a civil rights bill. You can blame yourself for those white men, those suspected white supremacists in Alabama who tried to jump that brother at the river, at the riverfront, at the pier. Tried to jump that brother, and people say they used derogatory words, calling the N-word. Dude said they had this problem many a times, and they thought they gonna jump him because he was by himself and he was a brother. But then all the rest of the brothers and sisters came. It was over and done with. You can blame yourself for them suspected white supremacists who jumped that brother not being charged with a hate crime, because we can't tell. But you can go tell an Asian person or Asian American person, whether right or wrongly, whatever, go back to your country, or call them a derogatory word, or just fight them. It's a crime, and you violate the anti-COVID-19 hate crime bill. You can blame yourself for not having an anti-black hate crime bill, because you know them Democrats ain't doing nothing for black people. You got so many people out here in these streets who's marching, preaching, telling y'all, man, it's time for a change, because these Democrats are showing you that they're not doing anything for you specifically, not helping, and the country's going to hell in a handbasket when Ukraine is getting hundreds of millions and billions of dollars to fight a war, which I don't understand how war works, man. I don't see how you can have a war that lasts for months and months and years. And check out like big bombs and unlimited supply of weapons. Why it ain't over yet? It don't make sense. And you got people that's going to the beach in these countries. Like, maybe I'm missing something. But they can spend that money there, but they can't help the homeless here. They can't help the people who are at the poverty line or below the poverty line, the inflation that we have, the lack of the housing, how housing is going up so bad that average person can't afford to get an apartment. Like I always say, when I was coming up, I got out of high school, move out, go get an apartment, get a job at Walmart, get a job at the bank, something like that, and can afford to pay, can afford a 1-bedroom or even a 2-bedroom apartment, working at a warehouse. Now, they won't let you can afford it, but they won't let you do it because you got to have 3 times the rent. You can blame yourself for that because you are not studying the issues. You're the same people who will go to, who will try to say that how the Most High knows your heart, even though you out there doing wrong or not doing anything for your life to make your life better. You just wallowing over there in pity and self-hate and being destructive and bringing down everybody else around you, but yet you can use the name of the Most High and Jesus and all that kind of stuff to say he knows my heart because somebody told you that it's all about grace and you ain't got to put no work in, long as the Most High knows my heart. Man, miss me with that. That's another story. But let's get into this mayor right quick, right? I'm gonna go to WFA.com because I want to know, like, say, why did he change? I know some of y'all want to know why did he change the party. Y'all probably don't even care. You probably don't even care. You know why? Because he's going to say something. You're afraid that he's going to say something that you're going to agree with, to where you're going to where you really going to be like, you know what? I understand why he did that. But you don't want to say that because you do not want to deviate from the Democratic Party. But again, it shouldn't be about party lines. It should be about what a person stands for and can he get the job done. So let's get into this real quick, man. It says in WFA.com, it says, Dallas Republican Party shares thoughts. Some call for resignations after Mayor Eric Johnson switches political party affiliation. During Dallas City Council public comment, one man told Mayor Eric Johnson he's quote unquote fired. So we're just gonna go through this a little bit because this is funny. Like I said, but people vote on emotions for the most part. That's the true answer. Especially Democrats, Black Democrats. You vote on emotions because you don't want your friends and your family to not like you. You're gonna be like, well, everybody else vote Democrat. Some will vote Democrat, and that's because that's the party of the blacks. Because Republicans are racist. But I'm gonna say it. I said it once, said it 1,000 times, man. You talking about left wing, right wing? They are 2 wings on the same bird. Get that. Understand that. Get it through your thick skull. What that means. One may be, you might think is overtly racist, but is it that they're racist, or is it that they just don't care? The number one priority ain't you. The number one priority is making money, making the economy stable, so they can keep their money. And if you come along for the ride, it's great. If you fall off, it don't matter. Now, if you try to take too much from them, it's gonna be a problem. But that's with both parties. But nobody wants to believe that. So let's get into this a little bit. It says there's been a lot of chatter in state and local politics since Dallas Mayor Eric Johnson announced he is now a Republican. The former Democrat made the announcement in a Wall Street op-ed earlier this month. And it said in part, after securing 98.7% of the vote in my re-election campaign this year, I have no intention of changing my approach to my job. That's important. He said, but today I am changing my party affiliation. So basically what he says is he's going to continue to keep doing the same things he's been doing, but he's changing parties. Again, I wonder why. And you know what? We're going to get into that because, like I told y'all before, get you a subscription. If you really concerned and worried about what's going on in the politics of the world and how it's going to affect you, because they all do, no matter what you think, they all do. You need to go and get you a subscription to the Wall Street Journal. It's pretty, they give you like a sale first month. First few months, it's like $1 a month. Can't beat that, man. Can't beat that. So you can see what the heck is going on, because what's going to happen is a lot of y'all going to listen to what your friends say and what your family say about this brother, and you're going to run with it, and you're going to go back and repeat, you know what I'm saying, negative stuff or lies or misinformation when you can go and read it for yourself. Matter of fact, you ain't got to read it. You can go to the article and hit play, and it'll play it for you. But so I'm not going to read this right now. We're going to get to it later. It say Wednesday was the first Dallas City Council meeting held since the announcement. Oh, you tricked us, Eric, one man said. You tricked us, man. The same man asked if Mayor Johnson's church was in on the mayor's decision to switch parties. Now, see, that's like I say, that's that emotional crowd. Asking was the church in? First of all, the church not even supposed to be in politics, and there's supposed to be a separation of church and state. See, when these politicians come to your church and try to garner your votes, talk to you about what's going on, that is not supposed to happen. That, to me, I think is illegal, because, like I say, it's supposed to be a separation of church and state. That's why churches do not pay taxes, because it's a separation. So they cannot have no part. Now, let's say that now politicians, they can come in and let's say this. If they want to come in and sit amongst the people, they want to come up there and say a good word. It's not like you can deny them, but you can't show affiliation with them. So if Joe Biden goes to the great Mount Olive Episcopal Ebenezer Baptist Church on the right side of the rough side of the mountain, and they embrace him with open arms, clap when he comes in, lets him come to the pulpit, say a few words. Then the next week, if Donald Trump comes and they don't allow him to do that, it's going to show a little favoritism. It's not going to look too good to the tax office. So they're going to have to let him do it too. So basically you can, but hey, they do it, but you really shouldn't, because it could get you in trouble. What does he say? Your minister was here a few weeks ago. Was your church involved in this, Republican and Democrat? The man asked, did your pastor know that you were a Republican playing as a Democrat? Was your church involved in this scam? See, that's emotions talking. Nothing about the issues. That's just emotions talking. Just a big old emotional buck. Those who spoke in opposition of the mayor's decision took advantage of the 3 minutes allotted to them, including J.J. Jefferson, who is currently running for Dallas County Democratic chair, said he tried to run against Mayor Johnson in the last election. During his time to speak during the public comment, he accused Mayor of corruption and election fraud. He says it's time to step down and allow our city to move forward. These people need good leadership. Now, that's funny how he says that, because what you're going to find out is he seems like he is a good leader, because he's getting things done that are like important to the city, not important to your feelings. when you only go on feelings, you don't get nothing done. But when you go on issues to try to make the city better as a whole, you get a lot further than that. It said not everyone agrees with views expressed on the council floor Wednesday. The Dallas County Republican Party told WFA they are thrilled with Mayor Johnson's decision and have regularly supported him in his role. Wow. We are happy to have him join our team, as we will for anyone who doesn't feel they have a home at the Democratic Party anymore. Jennifer Stoddard Hadjus, chair of Dallas County Republican Party, said. It said the mayor has also received support from the state level. Governor Greg Abbott posted on X, formerly known as Twitter, his approval. I ain't gonna read that. It says Stoddard Hadjus said this may encourage people affiliated with other parties to look towards the GOP. This might show other Democrats or independents, for that matter, who are not happy with their current party affiliation. Well, maybe I should take a look at the Republicans. Maybe I should see if they're offering the kind of policy that would make me happier. So the problem is, when everybody's in a group, it's like you have to join a group, because he could support certain policies that the Democrats are not supporting or not making, a priority. And it's like, now he could go off as an independent or on his own and try to make things happen, but he wouldn't have the backing. So the problem is, he's going to have to join somebody. So he feels he's probably have to join the Republicans because they're more associated to his beliefs. It says rumors that Mayor Johnson intends to later run for a state position. Jefferson noted this during his time for public comment at City Council on Wednesday. Eric Johnson, you're fired, Jefferson said. It's time for you to resign. Why? Because he switched, because he switched side. Like I said, that's another old emotional buck. Ain't like an emotional broad up there. Tell us, because you butt hurt. He said, I think most Republicans have been supportive of his role as mayor thus far, said Stoddard. So he's got support from Republicans and Democrats, but it looks like more the Republicans are behind him than the Democrats are. But the question, I read this whole article and nowhere did it say that this man did a bad job or asked him why did he change parties. But I will. We're going to go to this Wall Street Journal article that he wrote. Amazingly, like I said, get you a Wall Street Journal subscription, man. Be able to read past the propaganda and the bull crap, that the one-sidedness of all these stories, and get some real facts. So he posted this on about 6 days ago. Amazing. It said, Mayor Eric Johnson, America's cities need Republicans and I'm becoming one. While Dallas has thrived, now see what I'm saying? Dallas has thrived. Elsewhere, Democratic policies have exacerbated crime and homelessness. So let's see. Let's hear straight from the horse's mouth, or from the brother's mouth on why he felt he needed to go to the Republican Party. He says, I'm going to try to run through this real quick because this is a 5-minute read and we ain't got 5 minutes. He said, I have been mayor of Dallas for more than 4 years. During that time, my priority has been to make cities safer, stronger, and more vibrant. That meant saying no to those who want to defund the police. I, too, am against defunding the police because I don't understand it. What does it mean? Taking money from the police so what? So the police department can be dismantled? You see, this is why I say people say things and it don't make sense to just go with what everybody else said. Defund the police. Yeah, because they killed George Floyd. Like, what? Defund the police? No, that ain't what you do. Now, what I think should happen is you revamp it. You start training. You change the policies of how it's trained. You train to where you get policemen from. You you change where you get it from. You change the requirements, and you find the bad apples. A lot of times you just gotta wipe it out and start it over. Hell, it started from somewhere before, so you got to restart it. That's what you get. You got to change. You just got to change everything about it. But you don't defund it. You don't get rid of it because you need it. But you put the fear of God in these policemen to understand. You change your ways to you out of here. But no, just get them out of there. Say the hell with it. It's been going on long enough. Wipe the slate clean and start over. That's what you got to do with the police, not defund it. He says it meant fighting for lower taxes and a friendlier business climate. And it means investing in family-friendly infrastructure, such as better parks and trails, which has done. That Clyde Warren Park is pretty nice. That approach is working. Among America's 10 most popular cities, Dallas has brought violent crime down in every major category, including murder year over year for the past 2 years. In a recent Gallup poll asking Americans to rate the safety of major cities, Dallas came out on top. We have also reduced our property tax rate every year since I took office, signaling to investors that Dallas intends to remain the nation's most pro-business city. Now, it's funny, when he made this announcement right about in that time, I remember seeing a post thing from last week saying it was going to have a rally downtown at City Hall because property taxes keep going up by like damn near 50% in the last, I want to say 6-7 years. And people fed up, so they had some kind of rally. I don't know what happened. I don't live in Dallas, so I mean, if you come to my county, from my city, then yeah, you know, we got them issues. We can talk about it, but I should listen because a lot of times, you know, whatever goes on somewhere else can go on in your city. So yeah, I should have saw what the outcome of that was. No, I see what the outcome is. The mayor said I'm becoming a Republican because he's not for that. He said we have also reduced our property tax rate every year since I took office, signaling to investors that Dallas intends to remain the nation's most pro-business city. This philosophy has helped attract growing small businesses in several Fortune 500 companies, including Goldman Sachs, the construction engineering firm AECOM, and the global commercial real estate outfit CBRE. After these wins for the people of Dallas, after securing 98.7% of the vote in my re-election campaign this year, I have no intention of changing my approach to my job. With the day I'm changing my party affiliation. Next spring, I will be voting Republican primary, blah, blah, blah. He said, I know it's come as a surprise to many. During a decade, I have served my hometown, Texas, in the House of Representatives. I was a Democrat in a Republican-controlled legislation. I prided myself on finding common sense solutions and working closely with my conservative colleagues to improve policing, policy, public education, and water infrastructure. I was never a favorite of the Democratic caucus, and the feeling was mutual by the time I was elected mayor. So this dude, again, you're voting. Y'all voted for the wrong reason because you claim one thing, but you bang another. This man is sitting here telling you that throughout his political career, he has fought and bumped heads with fellow Democrats. They don't like him. He don't like them. Now, why was he a Democrat? I'm not sure. Maybe he thought he was supposed to be, probably like, you know, the rest of us. Saying, well, we got to be Democrat because we black, because our mom and daddies voted Democrat, whatever. But he bumped head with Democrats all throughout this process, but yet he got 98.7% of the vote when he ran for re-election. He got the support as a Democrat. But instead of saying, man, he's fighting the Democrats too hard, we need to vote for somebody else. You didn't even think about that. You didn't even listen to that. You didn't even listen to the issues or what the problem. You just woke up one morning and said, oh, Mike Brown, black Democrat, boom, let me vote for him. I mean, not, I keep calling him Mike Brown. Eric Johnson. The hell? Yeah. Eric Johnson. I want to say Mike Brown. Who the hell is Mike Brown? Anyway, Eric Johnson is a Democrat. He's black. Let me vote for him. That's it. That is it. He said, and he gonna say, when my career in elected office in 2027. So this is what he thought. I'm gonna tell you how smart he was. He said, look, I'm got this seat. I want to make Dallas better. Can't do it. They won't let me do it. Not that I can't do it. They won't let me do it if I come in as a Democrat. They won't let me do it because Dallas is just too liberal right now. So I'm gonna come in as a Democrat. Once I get in, I'm gonna do what I need to do to get this city right. And while I'm getting it right, once I get to my last term, I know I'm not gonna rerun for mayor. Then I'm gonna go ahead and change my officially change my affiliation, and I'm just gonna keep doing my job. I think this is gonna be an eye opener, and it may make some positive changes. Hopefully, because if he goes in here and continues to do the same thing he's been doing as a Republican, this was crazy. Because this is what we're gonna see. Are people gonna go against him and fight him on what he's trying to do now that he's a Republican, but wouldn't fight him if he was a Democrat? If he does, again, you'll see one of the problems in politics. That it's not about the people, it's about your party, which is crazy. Or are they going to continue to just do the same thing they've been doing, making Dallas a great city, no matter what his affiliation is, and just let it go? The man is in there. Just leave him alone. Let him do a job. If he hasn't shown a reason for y'all to not vote for him, but yet now y'all upset. He said, I was never a fan of the Democratic caucus and the feeling mutual. By the time I was elected mayor, a nonpartisan office in 2019, I was relieved to be free from hyper-partisanship and ready to focus on solving problems. But I don't believe I can stay on the sidelines any longer. I've tried to be honest and say what I think is right for my city. The future of America's great urban centers depend on the willingness of the nation's mayors to champion law and order and practice fiscal conservatism. Our cities desperately need the genuine commitment to these principles, as opposed to the inconsistent, poll-driven commitment of many Democrats that has long been defining characteristics of the GOP. In other words, American cities need Republicans. And he's going on that little tangent. He said, unfortunately, many of our cities are disarray. Mayors and other local elected officials have failed to make public safety a priority or to exercise fiscal restraint. Most of these local leaders are proud Democrats who view cities as laboratories for liberalism, rather than as havens for opportunity and free enterprise. Too often, local tax dollars are spent on policies that exacerbate homelessness, coddle criminals, and make it harder for ordinary people to make a living, like no cash bails, because they don't know how to get the system right to where guys who all they gotta do is post a $10 bond, they can get out, and they in jail for months because they don't even know that's all they gotta post. You know, people in there who are arrested but not convicted, don't have real evidence against them, and they sit in jail for months until they say, okay, you're free to go. Stuff like that. That's basically what he's saying. He said he'll continue to pursue his three-pronged goal for Dallas to become the safest major city in America with the best park system in Texas and the lowest taxes in our fast-growing North Texas region. Hell, they're gonna have to, because it's growing faster than sun gun out here, man. People moving here about a busload. And I ain't talking about illegal immigrants. I'm talking about actual American citizens. So they got to figure out something to make sure to keep it down. He said, I intend to keep the promise I made to Dallas voters in 2019 and refrain from endorsing candidates seeking partisan political office while I'm in mayor. This is about promoting policies and principles, not personalities and politicians. Again, why did you vote for him? Was it because he's black? Was it because he's Democrat? Or was it because you actually agreed with some of his policies, if not all? Hopefully it's the third, because the first two don't even matter. He said, still with my change of party affiliation, I recognize the number of Republican mayors leading the nation's top 10 largest cities has increased from 0 to 1. So your top 10 cities who are going through all this crap, he's the first one. That's a Republican. That should tell you something. He's seen something wrong. You see, you got this problem up in New York where Biden is allowing nearly 500,000 Venezuelans the opportunity to get jobs legally. so they can help the infrastructure up there, because all these immigrants are laying around, you know, nowhere to go, nothing to do, staying in these high dollar hotels, these shut down schools, and you can't do nothing for your own citizens. But something got to get done. And all these cities are like ran by Democrats, and they're just going to hell in a handbasket. But this brother, hopefully what he's doing, hopefully he can help people change their mind and see that, like I say, it's about policies, not politicians or feelings. I think it's a good move, because sometimes you got to do something different. Sometimes you got to make a change. You got to put, you know, people are afraid of change. And sometimes you just got to do it. You got to get out there and be the first one to do something, so that, and you know, to see how it go. If it passed, if it failed, you don't know. You don't know unless you try. It's like Dion going to Colorado. You know, we hope he succeed. A lot of people want to see him fail just because he's black and or boisterous. But they got nothing to do with his coaching abilities or the players. But somebody got to try it. If it works, it works. Doesn't, if it don't, then, you know, at least you see kind of a blueprint to where you can kind of feed off the good, get rid of the bad, and continue the process. But anyway, tell me what you think about this story, y'all. This is very interesting. I want to know. My main question is, like, say, why would you be mad at this? And what's the purpose of voting? Why did you vote for the politicians in your city or in the federal government? Leave your comments below, share it with the world. And with that being said, I leave you in peace, and I'll see you on the other side.